Dodger Stadium sold out tonight. Game 3 of this NLDS. Yamamoto back to the mound. He has started this game with 3 no-hit innings. Only blemish was a walk to Harper in the first. Yamamoto has retired 7 straight as he faces Kyle Schwarber. Blake Snell in game 2 started his outing for the Dodgers with 4 2/3 of no-hit ball. Dodger starters have been a major story. Schwarber gonna send one way out of here. How far will it fly? My goodness. Kyle Schwarber with a tape measure shot up on top of the pavilion in right. That is one of the biggest bombs you will ever see. And the Phillies tie it up immediately on a Schwarber bomb here in the 4th.
Well, I figured 2-0 you might see a split coming right here. No, sir. He gave him the fastball, and Schwarber, as good as there is hitting that pitch, 455 feet, 117 off the bat. Look where that thing went.
On the rooftop out there.
Wow.
That was something special from Kyle Schwarber. That reminded me of that home run he hit as a member of the Cubs up on top of the scoreboard in right field against the Cardinals one year.
At Wrigley Field, right?
Wrigley.
Yeah.
What a bomb that was. Bryce Harper takes a strike. Ooh. Well, if you're ever going to come out of an 0 for 22 slump, that's how you do it if you're Kyle Schwarber. Tie game, and now Harper on the ground through. They had the shift on, and Harper defies it. He's got a base hit. So back-to-back hits. Schwarber's home run ties it. Now Harper with a single.
That had to be a lot of frustration let out on that swing. I'm telling you, you do not see balls go here at Dodger Stadium to that point. You always talk about hitting being contagious, taking a little pressure off. You know, and for me, Bryce Harper, what we talk about, the big swings, doing that. Just look at the guy he's standing next to at first base, Freddie Freeman. That was a Freddie Freeman hit right there, going the other way.
Took the humble approach.
Yeah, he did.
Got himself on base. Alec Bohm now hit a deep drive for an out in the first. Pages made a nice running catch over the shoulder to end the first inning. That was the longest home run by Schwarber, or the home run by Schwarber was the longest home run this postseason thus far at 455. Back before StatCast, we used to just automatically mark that down as a 500-foot homer. That was a blast.
You're not going to convince me that wasn't 500.
Schwarber, the National League home run leader this year. Yamamoto falling behind Alec Bohm. 3 balls and a strike. Phillies have quieted down this big crowd in Los Angeles. And Bohm back up the middle and a base hit. And Harper's on his way to third. The throw, and it gets away from Muncy. And it goes into the dugout, and Harper will score. So Pages' throw comes in. Muncy can't handle it. The Phillies have grabbed the lead. Bohm's going to go all the way around to third base. Be a base hit and an error. And it's 2-1 Philadelphia.
Well, he got this pitch in, and look at Bohm go right up in. Bryce Harper trying to go first to third, pushing the envelope. I like the aggressive base running here. You force him to make a good throw. I know it was a really good throw by Pages, but watch Bryce with his angle coming in. Kind of got in front of Muncy, and because Bohm was hustling and getting all the way to second, he was awarded third.
Infield in for the Dodgers. The Phillies strike here, and a fly ball to left. This is going to be deep enough. Bohm tags, the catch is made, and Alec Bohm will score the run. So it is the Phillies who execute here. They've scored 3 runs. sacrifice fly and an RBI for Brandon Marsh. It's 3-1.
You know, BA even sitting in Rob Thompson's office today, right? He kind of said, our guys got a hit. That's why we came on the open talking about those guys. And Schwarber kind of lifted it. Harper with the dumb down approach, and Bohm going right back up the middle too.
Here's JT Realmuto, only one away in the inning. Base is empty now. Realmuto on the first pitch, slicing down the right field line. It's down fair and bounces out for the automatic double. The Phillies on the attack here in the fourth inning. Their fourth hit. It's a double for Realmuto, his third extra base hit of this division series. And Mark Prior is on his way to the mound, the Dodger pitching coach.
Now again, this ball kind of gets a little deep on him and just shoots it down the right field corner. But I think when you talk about it, they're hitting that fastball in the zone now. We talked about the first two games between Ohtani and Snell, how many balls the Phillies were chasing outside the zone. Bohm took two sinkers way in, the cutter away, finally got a strike. Same thing here, Realmuto jumps on the first pitch.
Will Ayrton is the translator, Japanese translator out there conveying the message of Mark Prior to Yamamoto. Now what a start to this inning for the Phillies after the Dodgers got a home run from Tommy Edman. 3 on the board, runner at second with 1 out as we send it down to Lauren Shahadi.
And Brian, I saw Kevin Long, Phillies hitting coach, working with the guys yesterday at the plate and asked him about his guys at bats. He said they're too good not to get going. He said when a lot of these guys broke in the league, the average fastball velocity was 92 miles per hour. He said, I checked, it's 97 these playoffs, and you don't see 3 in a row, right? You see a split and a slider and a curve and a change. You're not getting consecutive looks at the fastball. He said, we'll get there, and apparently they're there.
Kevin Long, one of the great hitting coaches. Thank you, Lauren. Phillies arrived yesterday, got a workout in, and took batting practice on the field. Just a matter of time. I think the biggest question was, were they going to stay in this series long enough to get their bats going? And they have arrived here in the fourth. Still 1 out. Realmuto at second base. Max Kepler gets ahead in the count on Yamamoto.
Now you can tell the Phillies are on the hunt for the fastball. That was the first whiff this winning inning right there. But they have laid off Yamamoto's curveball throughout the game. And if you go back to that Reds game, and we saw on TV, how many times did he get looks and swing and miss on that pitch? They're not chasing right now.
Phillies go 0 for 9 with a walk in the first 3 innings. Already 4 hits, 4 for 4 as Kepler goes off the end of the bat, and Pages will run it down, and there is the second out of the inning. And Realmuto still at second base. Activity in the Dodger pen. Anthony Banda loosening. Just started throwing though. If you're talking about changing the narrative for the Phillies, one of the goals is to get into the Dodger bullpen. We've seen how Dave Roberts has put his pen together with starters turn relievers, including Glasnow and Sheehan and Sasaki. But they've got major questions, Frenchie, in front of that. So they've gone with their best arms: Ohtani, Snell, Yamamoto, the starters, and then the 3 starters who aren't in the top 3 in the rotation in this series becoming relievers. We've only seen Vesia and Trinan, the 2 true relievers for the Dodgers thus far.
Yeah, I'll give you this stat to go even farther back to the 2 games against the Reds. The true relievers for that pen have thrown 6 1/3 innings this postseason and have a 7.1 ERA.
Wow.
And Dave Roberts, that's what he's nervous about. I mean, he's been open about. That's why you've seen Glasnow, Sheehan go back to back.
Castellanos hit an 0-2 count, and Yamamoto rings the bell. Fastball on the corner. Castellanos is out. Inning is over, but not before the Phillies strike a Schwarber to start it, and then the Phillies add 2 more.